6:15 in Douala. Swept through Mobile Quen this Thursday as gunfire erupted in broad daylight, injuring students and disrupting daily lives as armed kidnappers clashed with security forces while attempting to flee with abducted motorbike dealers. And over in Yaounde, the National Gendarmerie has taken down a gang accused of carrying out brazen daylight robberies in Yaounde 3 subdivision. The suspects presented to the public this Thursday are believed to have terrorized neighborhoods with dangerous weapons. Top stories. And you can check us on our respective platforms on Canal International. We begin from the northwest region, precisely in the chief town of Bamenda, where it was panic that swept through Mobile Quen. That is light, injuring students and disrupting their lives as armed kidnappers clashed with security forces while attempting to flee with abducted motorbike dealers. Sherifa Saleh reports with chaos from Northwest Chief Correspondent Annie Collins.
It was another day of insecurity in Bamenda as gunshots tore the air. In the very busy Mobile Quen in Bamenda 3 subdivision, an armed gang staged a hold-up at Ghana Street and Cow Streets, kidnapping some business people dealing in the sale of motorcycles. On their way towards Mile 2, the kidnappers and their victims were locked in traffic jam, which means and security forces stationed at the New Road Junction and at GBHS Bayele. The general cacophony in broad daylight led to some injuries along the streets, collapse of students, and panic in a nearby funeral ground. They were rushed to the Quen District Hospital. Unofficial sources. Meanwhile, armored cars have since the incident been patrolling the streets of Quen in a bid to ward off future eventualities.
Thanks very much, Sherifa Saleh. And National Gendarmerie has taken down a gang that is involved or accused of being terrorizing neighborhoods across the city. Hyacinthia reports from Yaounde.
A broad daylight robbery that left a victim in total trauma. The boys stormed a family residence at the Fulan neighborhood, Yaounde 3 subdivision at 1 p.m. with killer weapons asking for money. A terrifying moment for the grandmother as she recounts the experience.
I was sleeping in my room. Time was 1:30. But I saw my daughter came and knocked my door. I opened. I thought that she's the one. I saw one boy came, enter the house, and take a cutlass. As I got up, I was sleeping. I don't know him. There was no light inside my room because I was sleeping. 1:30. As he put a cutlass in my neck, he was standing like you. I was standing here. He said I should give him money. I was confused. I don't know how to make any statement. I told him, I don't have money. I don't have money. I said, I want to go and urinate. I made like that. I want to piss. He did not accept me to piss. I was standing there.
And in the absence of money, the culprits settled for some household valuables before disappearing into hiding.
Then after, they carried things in my house. Bottle of empty gas. Television. Oh my God, pity me. Have mercy on me. They carried my television. They carried my telephone and went with it.
The brigade on November 2025, the Gendarmerie elements have been hunting the supposed bandits, tracking all the 4 down one after another alongside the stolen items. Presenting them to the media this November 4th, the Gendarmerie authorities call for extra vigilance, especially as the end-of-year festive period approaches.
Thanks indeed, Hyacinthia. The Conference of Party COP30 may be hailed as a win for developing nations. But several scientists are actually arguing that, or they are pushing back, boycotting the summit over claims that Africa's realities are not being considered or better responding to the continent's need. Ambo Gladys takes a look on this COP30.
COP30, the summit, fell far short of expectations. A number of scientists declined to attend, describing the gathering as a sham that does little to address Africa's urgent climate needs. Despite being marketed as a historic turning point, the conference again highlighted what critics see as deep flaws in the current multilateral system.
Not participate in COP30 because I refuse to endorse a framework in which Africa remains marginalized. There is a great deal of discussion. The essential decision.
Experts insist the continent can no longer rely on distant, externally designed solutions. Instead, they say Africa must take the lead in defining its own climate strategies and invest in its own innovations.
Africa no longer needs to follow the pace set by the COPs. It must put forward its own agenda, supported by a dynamic and inventive youth. Our continent can become a global lab of solutions, notably through the development of responsible AI. Africa should no longer wait for decisions to come from elsewhere. It must demonstrate what it's capable of.
This shift could give Africa greater independence from a one-size-fits-all approaches often promoted at global climate summits.
On contre les conséquences
Face extreme climate events like heavy rainfall, ground subsidence, and landslides, different has been indispensable for developing water systems and response plans. It is crucial for improving the basic guiding efforts.
Although Africa meets global greenhouse gas, it receives less than 10% of adaptation financing and only 3% of overall climate funding. To experts, Africa must chart its own course if it hopes to protect its people and its environment.
Thanks, Ambro. And despite powering more than 90% of Cameroon's economy, many small and medium-sized enterprises are still lagging in adopting modern market tools. Experts that are meeting at the Market Expert Day are saying that they must embrace innovation, especially digital strategies, as artificial intelligence is now essential for business growth and visibility. More in the report. We are expecting Maureen's report on the new strategy on small and medium-sized enterprises that are contributing more than 90% of the economy.
Small and medium-sized enterprises, which contribute over 90% to Cameroon's economy, continue to struggle with marketing innovation, a concern raised by marketing experts during a Marketing Expert Day on December 4 at the Cameroon Chamber of Commerce, Mines and Crafts in Douala.
Sometimes we are so comfortable in doing things as usual that we don't afford to opportunities that are just there in front of us, and we also need to capture all the opportunities of artificial intelligences and have automatization about what is more repetitive task and be more performant.
Marketing strategies. Habib Iya highlighted artificial intelligence as a game changer, stressing that AI can boost visibility and open up new marketing opportunities for SMEs.
To make an offer, you need time, you need energy, you need to do a lot of research. Today we have AI. With some platform you can gain a lot of time and a lot of and have some accurate solution quickly.
Organized by the Cameroon Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Crafts, the events aim to equip small and medium-sized enterprises with tools for innovation, performance, and competitiveness. Aissatou Diop, Director of Support at the Cameroon Chamber of Commerce, urged participants to embrace innovation to drive business growth.
À la fin de chaque année, nous menons des enquêtes auprès des entreprises pour connaître les besoins.
Participants described the December 4 workshop as timely and necessary to help them rethink their marketing and digital strategies.
The World Bank and Cameroon are doing much to help communities in the southwest region boost the fishing industry. And recently in Limbe, precisely, they worked to see how they could usher in new dynamism in the fishery sector. Details with Sherifa Saleh, with calls from Southwest correspondent Jama Richard.
To strengthen artisanal fishing through better equipment, safer working conditions, and higher productivity, the Cameroon government, working in hand with the World Bank, has launched a major initiative aimed at modernizing small-scale maritime fishing and improving the livelihoods of coastal communities in the southwest region of the nation.
So this will help them to increase productivity, improve income, and enhance quality of life. Increase productivity in the sense that they have the right equipment.
During the events in Limbe on December 3, 2025, authorities distributed 415 million CFA francs worth of fishing gear to 100 fishermen from Fako and Meme divisions. The equipment, including outboard engines, nets, paddles, coolers, and life jackets, is intended to help local fishermen increase their catch and secure more stable income.
I'm happy to receive this wonderful gesture from the Cameroon government.
We are going to hand it to them for them to increase on productivity.
Backed by the World Bank funding through the emergency project to combat the food crisis, the government says the project represents a significant step toward promoting sustainable fisheries across the country and hope the expanded support will boost fish production nationwide.
With temperatures soaring across Douala, fan repairers are experiencing a sharp increase in demand as residents are scrambling to repair their old fans and cope with the dry season. But then the season's heat is not just that, it is beyond buying or repairing fans, but buying new ones. So Cynthia Latte takes a look on how these residents in Douala are coping with the cooling equipment.
The steady clicking of blades, motors, and metal guards fill the air at a small roadside workshop in the Kang Yabasi neighborhood in Douala, where Robert is bringing damage back to life. He says the dry has flooding in. I've been so busy repairing fans. In a day, I can repair 10 to 15 fans. Things are moving on well. My wife almost left me because I couldn't bring home any money. But today, my marriage is stronger. Elsewhere, business is picking up more slowly. But many repairers are hopeful that things will fully turn around before the peak heat period in January.
Since morning, I repair 3 fans because now we are in December. In January, the work will come.
Things are getting better this dry season. During the rainy season, it was almost impossible. I repaired only 1 or 2 a day. Now I can do at least 3, and I hope by January it will be even better. The past period was very challenging, wasn't by insecurity in the country. We survived only on our savings. It is now rare to move across the city without stumbling upon a fan, brand new, second hand on sale, or heading for repairs. The appliance has become indispensable, with many residents saying the heat has become unbearable.
I want to buy a fan because there's too much heat and I don't want my kid to feel heat and stay to the neighbor house.
Acheter mon ventilateur parce qu'il était extrêmement chaud dans la ville de Douala.
Fan vendors also confirm an increase in demand. In the can, one box of 2 fans can cost 28,000 francs. There are many types of fans, some even have remotes. Those can cost 38,000 francs a box, others cost 40,000 francs. Both vendors and repairers are taking advantage of this renewed rush after months of slow sales and near incomplete activity during the rainy season. For now, sellers say prices remain stable, though the one that rising demand could push costs higher if the heat intensifies.
Disabilities are taking part at the FENASCO League A Games in Douala. And of course, the 2025 edition actually ushers in what is known as 3 months of activities or competition with nearly 300 students taking part in 12 disciplines. Maureen D takes a look on the participation of students with disability.
The 2025 edition of the FENASCO League A Games began December 3 at College Chevrolet in Douala with major innovation, the inclusion of athletes with reduced mobility. This marks a new step towards inclusive school sports in Cameroon. Nearly 300 schools will compete in 12 sporting disciplines.
Nous attendons minimum 350 équipes affiliées et les compétitions vont se dérouler dans les 12 disciplines.
The kick-off match delivered excitement and drama as Lycée Mongo Joseph edged out Lycée Bileng of Ngodi Bakoko in a penalty shootout after a 1-1 draw in regular time.
Après cette défaite, on se sent vraiment mal parce que c'est une équipe qui nous a vraiment dominé depuis le début de la compétition l'année passée. C'est parce qu'on vient de gagner même quand j'ai raté le penalty.
Presided over by the divisional delegate for secondary education, the opening ceremony highlighted energy, sportsmanship, and the game's growing ambition. From the 9th place finished 2 years ago to 4th last season, the host school aims even higher this year.
Pour y arriver, nous avons décidé en athlétisme de prendre des experts pour venir entraîner les enfants.
Opportunity and access in school sports.
Pour les enfants vivant avec un handicap, ils ont la possibilité de presser en athlétisme.
With talents, energy and inclusion at its core, FENASCO League A is set for 3 trillion of inter-school competition.
And a report there by Maureen D draws the curtain for this edition of the 650 with me, Kejang Henry Atembe, in which you got news that panic swept through Mobimkwen in Bamenda, northwest region of the country. This Thursday as gunfire erupted, killing, in fact, wounding students after armed kidnappers clashed with security forces. Now, Monique will be right ahead with the debrief, the actuality. From all of us, it's goodbye.